Here's what you'll need for my Lemony Gypsy tart. If you don't want it lemony, just leave the lemon aspect out of it and then you'll just have a gypsy tart. For the filling, you're going to need some evaporated milk and some brown sugar. Then for the pastry, you need caster sugar, plain flour, egg, butter, and for my version, some lemons. First thing we're going to do is get the yellow zest off the lemons. You don't want the white stuff underneath, just the yellow zest itself. With your lemon zested, it's time to turn your attention to the pastry. So into a bowl with your flour and your butter and a pinch of salt, and we're going to rub those together until they resemble breadcrumbs. And it resembles something like said breadcrumbs, going in with a tablespoon of your caster sugar, because we're making a sweet out of the pastry. Obviously if you're making something savoury, don't put any sugar in it. Then into there we're going with the egg yolk to make your pastry extra rich, and then about 50 millilitres of your freshly squeezed lemon juice. Then we're going to get those mixed in again by hand until they come together and form a dough ball. When your ball has come together, something like that, time to get some cling film or plastic wrap, I think it's called elsewhere, and we're going to pop said dough into your cling film, and that wants to go in the fridge for around half an hour to firm up, so it makes it easier to roll out. When your pastry's been in the fridge for half an hour or longer, just put a dusting of flour onto your work surface that we're going to roll it on, and then it's just a case of rolling it out. When you've rolled it out and checked that it's going to fit into your flan tin, then just give said flan tin a quick rub round with some butter, and then it's into there with your pastry. When it's in the flan case, trim off the excess there, then just prick it with a fork, and then we're going to what's called blind baking, which means we're going to cook it in the oven. So what we're going to do, we're going to put some greaseproof paper, oven-proof paper on it, and then fill it with rice, dried beans, or in my case, pasta. Anything like that, just to weigh it down a little bit. And then we're going to pop that in the oven at 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes to cook it through. With your pastry cooking in the oven, it's time to get your mixing bowl out again. You're going in with your evaporated milk and your sugar, and then you're going to mix these together rapidly for 15 minutes. So unless you've got arms like Quagmire when he discovers the internet, get your electric mixer out, in there for 15 minutes. We want it nice and fluffy, so it's going to form mousse when we cook it. And it's been in the oven 20 minutes. Take off the thing that's been weighing it down, and with it uncovered, you're going to pop it back in the oven for 5-10 minutes, just to finish browning off the middle bit. When it's had 15 or 20 minutes mixing, time to go in with your lemon zest from earlier. Just stir that in gently. You don't want to lose the air that you've put into this. That's the whole point of mixing it for so long, to aerate it. So just mix in that lemon zest, and then take out your baked pastry, and we're going to put the two together. So take out your pastry, and then you go in with your filling. When it gets to so high and it looks like it's going to be tricky to fill and then carry to the oven, get something with a pouring spout, pour the rest of your mixture in there, then take it to the oven, put it level obviously, and then just finish it off by pouring the rest of the ingredients in. So into the oven with it, and then as I said, finish it off with something with a pouring spout. And it's had 10 or 15 minutes at 170 in the oven. Still wobbly though, look, so don't be cutting into it and don't overcook it either, otherwise it'll liquefy. So we're going to let that cool down completely, then it wants to go in the fridge for a couple of hours. If not, overnight is even better. When it's been in the fridge 2 hours or longer and that wobble's gone, it's time to take it out of there, put it onto a plate, cut yourself a slice and enjoy its lemony goodness.